Dunkin' Donuts did not want to work with the right-wing advertising firm, MAGA supporters have been boycotting the donut chain, which explains why this morning in Starbucks there were so many people mispronouncing the name of the drinks. I'm pretty sure I heard a guy order a Grand Wizard.
The MAGAs are boycotting Costco now. Yeah, guys, I'm sure Costco's gonna be super annoyed. They don't have to stop JD Vans from desecrating their couches 3 times a day anymore.
So I think we can help Canada in this trade war by also boycotting red states. So here's some red state brands and their blue state alternatives. For red state fast food, we've got Chick-fil-A, Cracker Barrel, and Whataburger.
MAGA is boycotting everything they can, stores, Costco, Starbucks. I don't know, it's so weird. I mean, those kind of people that nobody would understand, you know.
With In-N-Out, Shake Shack, and Sweetgreen. For meat and poultry, Tyson Foods is from Arkansas, and you can replace that with Purdue, Applegate Farms, Niman Ranch, and Beyond and Impossible Foods. For dairy products, Bluebell Ice Cream, Mayfield Dairy, and Prairie Farms Dairy are all in red states. And for their blue state alternatives, Strauss Family Creamery, Tillamook, Stonyfield Organic, and Oatly. For produce and agriculture, you can boycott Idaho potatoes, Florida oranges, and Georgia peaches. And you can buy California grown potatoes, California oranges, and New Jersey and Michigan peaches. Basically, when it comes to farmed food, you can always find an alternative in California. Avoid Wonder Bread and Sara Lee, and buy Dave's Killer Bread, Ezekiel Bread, and any local bakeries. For snacks, you can boycott Planters Peanuts, Frito-Lay, and Moon Pie. And buy Blue Diamond Almonds, Kettle Chips, and Cliff Bars. For alcohol, no Jack Daniels, no Jim Beam. This is just a few to start, but I think it's a great way for us to fight back.
Were you buying American alcohol today?
No. We always want to support local, support Canadian.
That is how many Canadians are feeling about buying American products. And one U.S. spirits group says that
The Americans boycotting themselves, Canada is boycotting us. So basically, we are under fire, under Canada, under MAGA, under everything. And I mean, somebody deserves that. So, I mean, people didn't deserve that. Some of people, but some percentage of MAGA did that. So, yeah.
Canadian alcohol boycott has been devastating.
A major economic blackout against American retailers is spreading to Canada, with some consumers vowing to cut US businesses out of their spending entirely. The one-day boycott on February 28th is fueled by Trump's rollback of diversity policies and threats of massive tariffs on Canadian goods, with supporters pushing for a long-term shift to Canadian retailers. And experts are warning that while it's symbolic, the boycott is unlikely to make a dent unless hundreds of thousands of people participate, and even then it won't stop Trump from moving forward with the tariffs.
So the MAGA crowd is boycotting Walmart now. Why? Because Christy Walton, the widow of the son to the Walmart empire, took out a full-page ad in the New York Times trashing Trump's idea for a damn military parade. Basically, she said what needed saying, and MAGA lost their shit. Now look, I've been avoiding the inside of Walmart for a while, and not because I'm fancy. Hell no. I'm a garbage man. I avoid Walmart for the same reason I don't climb into the bin at the end of my shift. I'm surrounded by trash all day, and I don't need any more of it on my own time. And let's be real, Walmart's been getting pretty rough lately. Not the workers, admittedly, they're doing their best. But the customer base, that place is a breeding ground for flip-flop fights and aisle arguments. So when MAGA says they're staying out, that is absolutely music to my ears. They think they're sticking it to the Waltons, but all they're really doing is cleaning up the store. For once, the trash is taking itself out. So thanks, MAGA. You made Walmart great again by fucking leaving it.
Why did I just read something that says MAGA is boycotting Harvard?
Damn, what did Harvard do to MAGA? It's just, I mean, it's educational part. What they found, I don't know.
I hate to be the one to break it. You bitches wasn't getting in anyway. What the fuck? MAGA boycotting Harvard is like fish boycotting land. And now that's it, people. We ain't going to Harvard.
Guys, if you have any clue what is happening here, let me know, because I have no idea about Harvard. I I have never heard about it. So yeah, this seems to be funny and stupid, and it's probably true.
Boycotting something that you didn't have a shot in hell at getting in the first place. What is wrong with y'all?
Guess some breaking news. Potentially millions of Americans are about to lose health care, and it's not a glitch, it's a plan, and it's already in motion. Trump is dismantling the very programs that keep working class Americans, kids, and veterans alive. First, Medicaid. He's slashing federal funding, pushing work requirements, and letting states cut people off coverage. That puts 20 million Americans at risk. Then there's Obamacare. Without even needing Congress, Trump is rolling back key parts of the Affordable Care Act. He's weakening protections for pre-existing conditions, eliminating subsidies for low-income families, and encouraging, especially in rural areas, Trump's cut to community VA clinics means mental health services are disappearing. PTSD goes untreated. Appointments vanish. Women are getting hit hard too. Red states following Trump's lead are slashing maternal care support, even as maternal deaths rise. It's happening now. People are losing care. Lives are being put at risk. And Trump, he's calling it freedom.
Let me get this straight, Trump supporters. You had the CEOs of Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Tesla enthusiastically groveling at the feet of your dear leader at his inauguration. But now you're all up in your feels because Ben and Jerry's ice cream has a contrary position. This is what we call hypocrisy on crack. And do you know what it's called when domestic private industry uniformly pledges loyalty and adapts its business practices in order to appease a governing political party? Fascism. So maybe, just maybe, you might be overreacting to a company exercising its First Amendment rights. Just maybe.
Ontario residents are now canceling their trips to the U.S. to get back at Donald Trump. That's right, Ontario residents are now boycotting travel to the U.S. along with the boycott on American products and services.
We couldn't expect anything different. So, yeah.
People online saying if they hurt my country, I don't see why I should spend my money there. Many Canadian businesses are also exploring alternative international markets to reduce U.S. travel as Trump announced tariffs on steel and aluminum on Monday and vows to put tariffs on all Canadian imports next month.
Canada and your boycott on U.S. goods and the economy. Listen, just to let you know, I've been posting about Canada and its troubles and its complete unhappiness about American goods, as well as the country's position on Canada. And it's caused some feedback that's not exactly helpful to me. So I've moved over to this page so that way I can't be silenced. And I'm hoping that the Canadians, you guys have been awesome. I love the support I've gotten from you guys. You've really been amazing, and I appreciate you. I hope that you will.
Yeah, Canada and America is pretty friendly country in terms of people. Yeah, I have a lot of friends from Canada, and the same goes for other countries. But Canada is our neighbor, so yeah, it's logical. And it's bad that we have a lot of problems with Donald Trump, especially in terms of political, I would say, area. Yeah, because people boycotting us because of basically our current administration, yeah, which is Donald Trump mostly.
Follow me here, repost, and help me build this page up so that I can't be silenced again. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. I will let you know, Canada, that I've been getting hundreds of people from other countries that are supporting the Canadian people and feel that the Canadian people are just in their decision to boycott and ban American goods. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it.
Boycotting America. Easy to say, far harder to actually do. America being the most capitalist cunty country of them all means that it has monopolized.
So I guess this woman is from Australia or United Kingdom, and she also boycotts America. Guys, I feel like the whole world is against us, but this is consequences of our vote, basically. Not my vote, because I was too young to vote for him back then, but in general, it's our responsibility, yeah. as nation.
Pretty much every industry ever, but there are ways to make sure that your hard-earned cash is not lying in the pockets of the terrorist state. First up, stocks, ISAs, pensions. Stocks and shares, ISAs, amazing way of making money on your savings. However, a lot of them are tied to US companies, particularly BlackRock. BlackRock is the world's biggest asset manager. And guess what it invests heavily in? US defense contractors, surveillance tech, Israeli companies and settlements. If you want to make sure that your ISAs and your pensions aren't invested in things like that, there are ways to go about it, such as free trading. That's where you can choose what companies and what countries you want to invest in. You've also got Trading 212, which is an app that lets you exclude US stocks. The best option because it still does operate in Israel, but at least you have a little bit more freedom of choice there. You can choose instead to invest your money in renewable energies or cooperatives. Obvious change that you can make is the streaming sites. Netflix, Amazon, Disney, Amazon Prime especially, or Amazon as an entity, pure evil. Try and step away from it if you can. I would offer alternatives here, but honestly, I just think that we should just get back into reading. And then obviously just avoiding the big chains like McDonald's, Domino's, Starbucks, all US owned. Support local businesses instead. We should all be doing this anyway. Ethical consumption is not going to save the world immediately, but it is definitely a good way to start. And the best way to wage war against America is by using the thing that it loves the most. Money, money, money. Let me know your ideas in the comments and please follow me for more.
An anti-USA app just hit #1 in Denmark, but it's not a game or a...
I mean, Danish app boycotts America as well. I say that's the whole world against America, but we deserve that, I guess.
A social platform. It's instead helping Danes to boycott American products. The free app called Uden USA, without the USA, lets users scan barcodes and instantly see if an item comes from the US. It was built by 2 young developers during a gap year and now it's topping the App Store in Denmark. Rising tensions over Greenland and new US tariffs have fueled its sudden rise. Nearly half of Danes say that they're avoiding US goods on purpose. What started as a coding project now highlights a growing rift between everyday shoppers and US policy. For some, a simple scan has become a quiet act of protest and proof that the boycott movement is still real.
I just wonder how much millions of dollars gonna be basically saved by all the people that boycotting us. I think it's a significant amount, but not that much because I mean you should basically cancel everything in order to make a huge impact. So yeah.
And alive. But what do you think? Can you live without your Coca-Cola Zero and your Netflix and other American products? Let me know in the comments below.
Mr. President, you know I'm not a fan of yours, but the people of Illinois, the farmers of Illinois, need your help. You're headed to China right now, and we need you to end the trade war. You're killing Illinois farmers. You're killing our soybean industry. And we've got to end.
I mean, basically everything is screwed up for sure. I mean, healthcare, farming, boycotting, everything is actually under fire under the administration, current administration. I mean, so I don't know. I feel like USA has the most problems inside the political stuff, I would say, rather than any country. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it's yeah.
This, make life easier for our farmers, lower the cost of fertilizer and the tariffs on everything that helps our farmers get by. Help them out, will you?
Hey, breaking fucking news. I'm redoing this video. I've been gardening. I misspoke. Donald Trump is planning a bailout that's going to go from $10 billion all the way to a range of $50 billion to bail out soybean farmers who are raising hell with the Trump administration because there's tariffs now on China and they haven't been selling any fucking soybeans. I misspoke and said it ass backwards. So now the Trump administration is planning on taking the money that they have acquired from said tariffs and bailing out all the farmers, American farmers, who are having issues, shortages, and what have you in the last 9 months since these, well, probably was it 8 months? 8 months since these tariffs have been put in place. The Trump administration is fixing a problem with a problem that they caused with the money they promised you. This is what you voted for. And again, this is a redo video because I misspoke.
This is a great point that I forgot to mention. During Trump's first term, when he put tariffs on China, they retaliated and put tariffs on imported goods from the US, specifically agriculture and farming goods. And we had to subsidize farmers over $20 billion because they were going bankrupt. He claims that there was no inflation and claims that there was no financial burden on the United States after his tariffs and our consumers, but he had to bail out farmers who were literally cutting their profits in half because of his trade war that he started. No, we didn't see direct inflation overall, but that doesn't mean that nobody struggled and that nobody was impacted by Donald Trump's tariffs, because they were, and many small businesses suffered for it.
You know, this president sold America's farmers out. And, you know, farmers called every day and they said that they feel like they've been betrayed.
If there's any viewers who are farmers or were farmers, let me know in the comments. Did it affect you, or it affects you, or you lost something, or maybe you, I don't know, you somehow fix it? Yeah, I would be really interested to see what's happening right now in the farming area.
This president, you know, $40 billion to Argentina, and then they start to sell soybeans to China. And then the president comes and invites him here to the United States and then cuts another deal undermining beef cattle farmers here at home. So he always says he's putting Americans first, that he loves farmers, but this doesn't look American at all.
Oh dear. MAGA is boycotting Harvard. They're boycotting Harvard.
Again.
This is the funniest shit I've heard in the longest time. That's like a conspiracy theorist blacklisting facts. They're out here howling, screw your ivory tower, while their leaders clutch Harvard degrees like they are life rafts. Harvard's endowment could buy their entire movement, turn their red hats into crimson hoodies, and still be able to afford a new dorm. They're ditching a school they couldn't find using GPS. They're trading Nobel laureates for ex-randos peddling lizard people theories. Because nothing says own the libs like swapping world-class education for a QAnon syllabus scribbled on a bar napkin or seen on Facebook. Wow. MAGA, you just keep surprising me, and I'm not very easily surprised.
Please tell me you've seen the fragile tears of MAGA over an ice cream brand. Wham! We don't care that you don't want the ice cream. Like, we don't.
So, Harvard ice cream for real? I mean, what did some ice cream did to MAGA? I mean, this is so up, bro.
So this message is for the whole state of Colorado. Like, I'm in Colorado Springs. This applies to the whole state of Colorado. So a lot of times I'll get asked in the right videos, like, how can we help? Like, how can we help not support the conservative, you know, white Christian nationalist maggots here in the Springs or in Colorado statewide? And I found a way that we could all help, right? And we know that money is power, and that MAGA conservatives, Republicans are really empowered by money because they see money as power and control. So I recently discovered this app that actually lists all the businesses that are MAGA that fall under conservative Republicans. It's this app right here. It's called Public Square, and it was funded by Donald Trump Jr. Again,
even though this woman is American, she joins other people to boycott American businesses that are MAGA, which is, I mean, cool, because we are against this, I would say, this party, yeah, if we can say that. So it's cool, actually, interesting.
I'm in Colorado Springs, so I put Colorado Springs as an example, and it shows you different businesses here that, you know, fall under MAGA, or they support these conservative beliefs, right? Trump's beliefs. And like 5 Star Hail, for example, is listed on Public Square. And mind you, these are businesses that are voluntarily listing themselves and proudly listing themselves as MAGA Christian conservative businesses here. And look, you could even find you a MAGA therapist, right? Like a white Christian nationalist therapist. So yeah, we could all download this app and we know what businesses to avoid, because I know for one, I'm not gonna be feeding money or my hard-earned